It's Thursday, July 30th, 2020, and our big tech story for the day is a story from Barrons, written by Al Root. The title is GM Wants to be an EV Player, but that might entail a spinoff. This the idea that there's a potential Mary Barra, CEO of GM, might be interested in spinning off um, a line of cars, these electric vehicles, shouldn't be anything new. And actually, we're surprised to see that the Deutsche Bank analyst Emmanuel Rossner actually asked her whether she'd be, to quote the story, whether the company would spin off its electric vehicles into a separate business. The reason why we say this is we've known this about Mari Barra for quite a while. When the former president of General Motors was switched over to head up GM's autonomous vehicle effort, GM Cruise, he went over there with a mandate. His background was as an investment banker, and he went to Cruise with an opportunity to cash in big time if he could possibly arrange a sale of Cruise or a spinoff into an IPO. So this is characteristic of Mary Barra's playbook. Quarter after quarter after quarter, GM reports a profit. In the most recent quarter, it reported a profit, despite the fact that revenue itself was down. So she has delivered time after time after time profits, and it was clear with Cruise that the whole product line was on the table for purchase by somebody else. And so this is nothing new, and it's actually surprising that this Deutsche Bank analyst, Emmanuel Rossner, presented the question without the background that this is characteristic of what Mary Barra has done in the past. And her response, we're evaluating and always evaluate many different scenarios, is absolutely the case. She's always willing to sell stuff. What's the bigger story here? The bigger story here is an inability to change. The talk here in this story is of a reluctance on the part of Wall Street analysts to credit General Motors in terms of its market cap, the valuation of its electric vehicles effort, fairly, to allow General Motors to grow or to inflate, really, that might be a better word, up to the size of a Tesla. And the story here is General Motors is too staid, even though they have this electric vehicle line. We're just going to say it's worth a fraction of what Tesla's product line is worth. We don't really buy that. What we really buy more here is the inability of General Motors, and for that matter, they're not alone. Audi came out today with a statement, we're going to build this big computer team to do a terrific job to compete directly with Tesla and with Volkswagen. The question is, why not partner with Silicon Valley? Why not go to a Waymo or somebody else to actually find a partner with deep credibility in the computer space? For some reason, legacy car manufacturers can't get that done. And investors should definitely be thinking about that. And early tech CEOs should be thinking about, well, do I have a set of personnel who for one reason or another can't make a transition that I need them to make, which is really the story here, because electric vehicles have fewer moving parts. The whole production process for electric vehicles has a drastically reduced set of parts. The current factories are not tooled for it. The unions themselves push up against it because the workers have skills for the conventional powered vehicles. So the reason why, and not to mention also how the General Motors Volt and Bolt are marketed. They're not marketed to people buying Porsche Carreras. They're not marketed to people buying Maseratis. And who's doing that kind of marketing? Tesla. So the question here is General Motors has been unable to demonstrate the ability to change its own brand. And so that's the big takeaway from this story. We would encourage anybody to read it. But for early stage tech CEOs in particular, scrutinizing the difficulties that the legacy car manufacturers are experiencing when they consider going up against a Tesla. And we don't like that terminology of going up against because we think everybody's got something different going on with their products. So there is a Tesla, then there's a GM Bolt or a GM Volt. And they're different animals, and it's like comparing a Tesla to one of those is like comparing a banana to an orange. They're not two oranges, and that's the important takeaway that should be the case. But nonetheless, the real story here is an inability to change, and it might just be better for General Motors to simply get out of the business by spinning it off, making a nice profit on it, and then just walking back to its conventional powered vehicles. So that's our story for today. The name of the company is IMB Enterprises Incorporated. My name's Ira Michael Blonder. I'm the CEO and founder. We have a website, imbenterprises.com, and I have a Twitter page, Mike the Bebop. Hope you check it out. Thanks again. Bye.